Century current affairs program that highlights happenings around rural communities in the FCT. Coming to you live from the Unity Station, 80 Channel 5 Abuja. I am Serafina Okonyo Anko. On today's outing, we shall bring you up to speed with demolition in River Park Estate and pressing needs of other communities. These and more after the break. A few reports from the presidency now. President Bola Tinubu is to depart in the Akwaba process heads of state and government level meeting in Rome. A statement signed by the special advisor to Mr. President, Bayo Nanuga, that the meeting is with special focus on the security crisis in West Africa. The meeting will begin on October 14 and will bring together heads of state and government, senior intelligence and military officials from African countries and representatives of non-governmental and non-organizational organizations to discuss the evolving security challenges in West Africa. The Akwaba Process Meeting is a counter-terrorism initiative launched by King Abdullah II of Jordan in 2025. It is co-chaired by the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan and the Italian government. It recognizes the complex security challenges confronting West Africa, including the expansion of terrorist networks, the growing crime terror nexus, and the increasing overlap between land-based terrorists in the Sahel and the maritime piracy in the Gulf of Guinea. At the meeting, participants will exchange assessments of current security landscape in West Africa and foster collaboration between regional and international partners to address cross-border threats on land and sea. President Tinubu will hold bilateral talks with other leaders to explore ways of addressing the rising security challenges across the sub-region. Now, in a renewed action to restore the city master plan, the FCT administration has stopped ongoing development at the River Park Estate. Onoze Yakubu reports that the officials of the Development Control Department overviewed the development is illegal.
There is a ministerial directive halting further construction on this property at the River Park Estate. Director of the Development Control Department, Mukhtar Galadima, who led the operation, says the exercise is to ensure total compliance with the directive.
Got a report that there is an ongoing development. That's why we rushed to ensure that that development is stopped and the structure put removed. So we're here to remove what has been put. Well, maybe there's a perception to what he thinks that he can do, but you see, nobody is above government. So, as just like the way I say, we're going to take it up legally, because we have done the kinetic aspect. Now we'll take it up legally to see that this thing we don't come back again.
It reveals that the department was already working in collaboration with the FCT Legal Services Secretariat to initiate legal action against those flouting the ministerial directive.
There was a large publicity that there was a ministerial committee, recommendations and approvals that for now, no further development. All vacant plots should be reverted back to FCT administration. So everybody is aware of what transpired.
He, however, maintained that the next line of action will be determined after consultations with the Secretariat. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Roads and bridges are vital social amenities that people around communities need to make living a livelihood meaningful. And for residents of the Federal Integrated Staff Housing Estates and Customs Barracks, Kuje, this is the most pressing social concern of the area at the moment, as the roads linking them to town is in bad shape with impending threats to bridge collapse. Abdullah Ajah brings us updates of this community. Okay, that story will come to you now, subsequent bulletin. Sustainable Women Economic Empowerment and Peace Initiative, in collaboration with partners on occasion of the International Day of the Girl Child, to empower mothers in Garki Chiefdom. This is because the non-governmental organization believes helping women and girls to be self-reliant will go a long way to help reduce poverty while making society better. Abdullahi Ajia reports that 6 women groups received sewing machines as empowerment gesture.
On the occasion when global attention is being focused on the celebration of the International Day of the Girl Child, it was a great moment and opportunity for girls in Garki to be given attention that celebrates their potentials while motivating them to actualize their dreams, irrespective of cultural, social or religious barriers they face.
Who will take good care of you?
This event, organizers of Bee Sweep says, falls in line with its core values and objectives of seeing women succeed against all odds.
We join in the celebration of this very important event. So what we do in Bee Sweep is to empower women and girls in so many different ways in the issues of women empowerment, health, agriculture and peace issues. So today we empower the women. We are the caregivers of these girls because through them these girls will be able to achieve their dreams in life. That's why we intend to, when we empower the women, and these groups will now train these girls. As you can see, some of these girls are challenges money to go back to school.
We have to come to the grassroots. We can't start from the top. We start from the bottom. We teach our young girls and the community how to be sustainable, how to take care of themselves.
Beyond the interactive session with the girls that ignites hope, 6 sewing machines were presented to 6 groups for the benefit of all in the community.
This machine will help a lot of women that they don't have anything to do. So we will find a teacher for them to teach them how to sew cloth. When they teach, when they sabi, they will not go to market again.
They didn't even expect they're going to give them this machine. So they are so happy, so excited. And I thank God for what God did today and what God used the money to do for their life today.
It gives me hope that it will help girl child in becoming something good in life.
Speakers, including the representative of the Sapi Garki, appreciated Bee Sweep for choosing Garki community to benefit from the gesture, as the beneficiaries were advised to utilize the machines. In Abuja, Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
I did told you earlier that my colleague Abdullahi Ajia was at a community in Kuje where he says that roads and bridges remains vital social amenities that people and communities need to make a sense of livelihood. But however, this community is lacking road network, especially the bridge, and is calling on government for urgent attention.
The Federal Integrated Staff Housing Estate, FISH, and Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan Custom Barracks, Kuje, are 2 residential spaces that form a community that is fast developing. Just like any other community, its most pressing concern now is the bad state of the road that was constructed for about 2 decades and in bad condition, with the situation being worsened by trucks involved in an excavation work alleged to be illegal.
Of late, the road became so dilapidated because of the usage and the way we had the influx of people and other businesses that are coming into the area. We also have this the trailer drivers that are coming here to excavate sand for their purpose, for their own use. Even the tide road, you can go around and see the way it is. It's not motorable. Even if efforts were done by them to fill or put some sort, it's not easy for smaller vehicles to pass through. So we are really soliciting for the help of the relevant authorities, whichever way they can be of help to us to fix this road for us.
Saying that we are existing and still using this road by the grace of God. The road has been so dilapidated to the extent that anything can happen. Take a look at the structural defects we've just witnessed on the bridge. If this bridge collapses, we are in for a lot of trouble. We'll be cut off entirely from the city. We won't be able to have, because that's the only access road we have to reach to the city. If not for our community effort, this route wouldn't have been possible. On Saturdays, or occasionally, we come out to fill the potholes to make it motorable.
A lot have been said concerning this road, but it is obvious that the people in this community need urgent help, considering the deplorable state of the road, particularly this bridge here, and that any moment when it is cut off, livelihood, transportation or movement is also cut off.
We really appeal for the government to help us fix the road, because most of the times, especially in these hard times, a lot of cars get spoiled on that road, and people, before they fix it and all that, it's something that if the government can help us fix the road, it will be really good and urgently.
We want to appeal to the government, precisely to the FCT minister, Mr. Project, to come to our aid. This road needs to be constructed, please.
The residents, with a united voice, said efforts to engage stakeholders, including companies that are cited there, were fruitless. Beyond the lamentation of this deplorable state of road here, the residents are also concerned about the pollution that is ongoing around this vicinity as a result of the operations of some companies that are cited here.
Again, so the companies here are also pumping effluents, heavy metals, heavy chemicals into the environment, which is not good. Any moment, in years to come, we could find out that our children are stunted in growth. Some of them may be suffering from respiratory disease.
In Abuja, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
Many thanks, Abdullah Hajia. The territory continues in just a moment. Stay with the Unity Station. Now, environmental sanitation is essential to public health and sustainable living. But in Abuja's renewed model city Gwarinpa estate, the growing concerns among residents and stakeholders concerning indiscriminate dumping of refuse. Let's see what our correspondent brought back.
In what can be described as answered prayers, the FCT administration has begun evacuation of refuse from the dump site in Gwarinpa. As you can see, FCT Environmental Protection Board has come to evacuate the refuse here. And residents are actually excited, but they are appealing to the FCT administration for them to have a permanent waste dumping site. Otherwise, the joy may be short-lived, because according to them, that the dump site will return to its normal state. Scavengers were seen at the site picking items that can be recycled. Residents blame them, however, for being responsible for the problem.
Now people where they gather the tea for inside village, now in the for in house, they carry and come drop and for here. The people, the environmental way they work, sometimes you do delay this thing before you bring them. If you pull, not just you go drop dustbin for ground. Me, I stand for here. I try to reduce them for small for ground for put up for container.
We are better now, small, because all those babambola are not going to leave the dustbin. they'll be bring it from side, come and throw it for us. Not be only Gwarimpa people they throw dustbin. They'll be go side and be packing it. Some too they bring out with car, come throw away for ground. I beg go. We don't know how to do. We don't have what to say.
As the confusion increases on who is to blame on the Gwarimpa refuse and dumping sites, we are here at AEPB and we are yet to get a response.
You can see it by yourself. The thing is even causing hold up on the road, smelling. So Abuja is not supposed to be dirty like this. Gwarimpa for that matter.
At Kadobi Coal Market, Gwarimpa, the heap has returned. Residents are still hopeful for its evacuation soon. Meanwhile, at Karu, Kubwa, and Duse, investigation reveals that the waste evacuation companies complained of poor funding, which affects their services. Residents of the area say workers appear only once in a while to remove the refuse, and this results to large volumes of refuse heaps which overwhelms their capacity for disposal. In Abuja, Safia Noma Uche, NTA News.
Many thanks, Safia, for that update. Now, friendship fostering progress and strengthening reliable business partnerships forms the focus of the annual national meeting of Mosaid, Nigeria, Turkey. The gathering of independent industrialists and businessmen provided a platform to deepen collaboration with emerging Turkish entrepreneurs aimed at building robust economic networks and enhancing socio-economic ties between the two nations. Safia Nomauchegan reports.
The non-governmental organization Musiad Nigeria comprises of 13,000 members in Turkey and the world over. It also has a representation of 60,000 entrepreneurs around the world. The strong civil organization provides members a platform to relate with one another, discuss successes and challenges.
I believe we are very much behind the potential. Nigeria is a huge country, it's a huge potential, huge population, many other possibilities, opportunities, and Turkish companies are very active all around the world, including the Africa. But when you look at the figures, the investments, the Turkish investments in Nigeria is only 5% of the Turkish investments in Africa.
Musiat means is the ethical business attitudes. That not think only yourself, think your society, think your country, think your continent. That is the things that Musiat is all about.
Since the establishment of the Nigerian chapter of the esteemed Independent Industrialists and Businessmen's Association, Musiat, you have exemplified the spirit of resilience and innovation that defines successful enterprises.
The platform also provides space for suggestions on how to build strong networks with contact points, thereby grossly improving bilateral relations between Nigeria and Turkey.
For us to come together, interact, fertilize idea, it will go a long way in facilitating and strengthening the relationship between Nigeria and Turkey. So I think it's a welcome development. Thank you.
Turkey is one of the leading healthcare tourism destinations worldwide. And they have one of the best healthcare. And as we all know, they have all the appeal of medical tourism.
Two-day meeting will discuss reshaping the future through large export capacities. Meetings with Turkey CEOs, manufacturers, entrepreneurs, as well as agreement on competitive and affordable prices. The meeting ended with the signing of memorandum of understanding for each category. Safia Noma Uchi, NTA News.
Okay, another break back on the program continues in just a moment. we can take on the territory. Stay with us for more insightful programs coming up shortly. I am Serafina Okonomekwe. Good afternoon.
Welcome to Young Hearts, where